All right, ladies and gentlemen, Philip Ontario here as we are approaching Call All Stars 14. And one of the featured matches that we are going to see is a battle of two former Call All Stars World Heavyweight Champions when we see AJ Young go one on one with Ben Hopkins. And now both men are joining me from separate locations as we sit down here and try and figure out how we got to this point before we see them go head to head at Call All Stars. So thank you both for joining me. So here, let's get this. Excuse me. Let's get things started here. So I'm going to go to you, Ben. This all started because of you. You went to AJ Young and you insisted that you wanted to have this match. Why? Why did you want this match with AJ Young all those months ago?
Well, I mean, I think it's like everything that happens in my life, like this sit-down interview sort of happened, announced 5 minutes beforehand, so I had to rush and get here. And it was sort of a case that AJ was looking to rush himself out the door, run away from having, I thought would be a fairly spirited contest between two of Coral Stars' best talents, two of the people that have had the most main events at Coral Stars shows, two people that have held that belt for long periods of time. But, I guess at the end of the day, AJ was thinking, I'm getting old, the knees aren't what they're like. I should probably run away before someone challenges me to a big match again because I might lose, and AJ doesn't like that. So I just wanted to make sure that, the people out there, they wanted to see this match. A lot of people talk about how me and AJ have never really had a one-on-one contest. So I thought, best thing to do, challenge him, it'll be a big moment. He'll probably say yes, and we'll have a spirited affair. But I guess that wasn't what was going to happen.
Yeah, I guess not. AJ Young, you turned down Ben Hopkins initially. You were not interested, and he challenged you again at the last World Tour show, and you again turned down that challenge. And then it was Ben Hopkins made some remarks clearly you were not a fan of, and you attacked Ben. So I got to ask, first of all, why did it take so long for you to answer yes, and why did you attack Ben Hopkins like that over some remarks he made?
Well, Philip, you've seen my history at Call Stars. I have had the most wins. I have had the most consecutive main events. I think I probably had the most main events overall. My legacy at Call Stars is solidified. Me getting into the Call Stars Hall of Fame, that solidifies me. That puts me in history beyond any shadow of a doubt for my talent, my ability. So at that point, I felt like I had nothing left to prove. But then when you talk about Ben Hopkins specifically, Ben Hopkins is somebody I was more than willing to let have their shine, have their spot. Hell, I was CCL World Champion. Ben Hopkins was Call All-Stars Champion. I have went on record numerous times saying, Ben Hopkins, that guy is the future. And what did he do? He turned his back on me. As much as, the joke is, AJ Young loves to turn his back on everybody. Guess what? Didn't turn my back on Ben Hopkins. I didn't turn my back on Jay Crack. People don't give me the respect that I deserve for being a good friend, a good mentor, and even being a good performer. Ben Hopkins, your record at Call Stars is solidified. You have done amazing things with the Call Stars Championship. Most defenses in Call Stars history for the Call Stars title, great for you. But people see that and they forget about what I have accomplished. They forget about what I did. In my opinion, actually screw opinion, it is fact. That Call All-Stars title was a title of established stars. The Lubus, the Quicksilvers. What did I do when I became Call Stars Championship? I made that title into a championship of opportunity. That title became a championship where guys who didn't, there were question marks as far as whether or not they were the guy. Question marks as far as whether they were going to be the person to build around. I took that title and I made it the championship of opportunity. I made Ben Hopkins.
I really appreciate you saying that I'd done so well as Coral Stars champion. People forgot you were Coral Stars champion. Thanks for saying how great I am.
Ben Hopkins, always the comedian, always the revisionist. Yeah, people forget because they are revisionists. People forget, again, it is a LeBron effect. I have done so well as Call Star Champion. I put this brand on my back. But all of a sudden, I do the legwork. and Ben Hopkins gets the credit. So yeah, was a little resentful. Yeah, didn't want to do the match initially because I don't think Ben Hopkins was deserving then, but he's deserving of an ass whipping now.
Absolutely. Well, it's gotten really tense in here. Ben Hopkins, I gotta ask you this. What is it gonna mean to you when you get to have this match after what AJ did to you? After he busted you up, made you bloody. What is this match going to mean to you in just a few short weeks?
I can't wait to smack the shit out of him personally. I mean, I thought we'd have a spirited contest, a good and fair, a professional wrestling match as it was. But then, AJ got a bit bitter and a bit resentful, as we've heard. He's upset, perhaps, at the success I've had. I don't know why he's so upset. Maybe it's because he's, fallen down the rankings of the CWI while I've been number one for 3 consecutive years. No one's ever done that before. And I don't know, maybe there's just a long-term resentment to what I've done. And I understand that when someone has success, that breeds resentment. And maybe AJ felt, the times they are changing. And you've fallen by the wayside, you're no longer the golden boy. In fact, you're like 3 golden boys behind. So when it comes to it, at first, I thought, we'll have a good match. It'll be a competitive match of 2 of All Stars' top athletes in history, no doubt, and I'm not taking that away from AJ. But now when it comes to the match, now when it comes to it being, I don't want to say personal, but I feel like petty is a better word to describe how AJ has acted. Now that it's become petty, it's more of a fight. I can't wait to punch him in the face.
Well, now I turn this last question over to AJ, and I'm going to give you a chance to respond to what Ben Hopkins said there. But also I ask, with all the rumors and speculation, because this all started where you were doubting if you were going to be competing at Call All-Stars this year, is this the last time that we see AJ Young at Call All-Stars?
I try to never say never, but I thought about hanging it up. And yeah, it might be the last time you see AJ Young at Call All-Stars. But if it is, I'm going down with a win. I'm going down beating Ben Hopkins and solidifying myself as the greatest competitor in Call Wrestling history. Ben Hopkins wants to talk about petty, wants to talk about personal. Ben, you remember your boy cost me the CCL World Championship. Main eventing back-to-back big 100s. No one has done that besides me. Most wins in Call All-Stars history. No one has done that besides me. 2-time Call All-Stars champion. Philip, out of just a little trivia question. Out of everybody who has won the Call All-Stars championship, who is the only person to have never been pinned for that title?
Well, I guess that would be...
I'd like to raise a
that would be
point.
me.
AJ would have had to have been pinned to be eliminated at Call All-Stars 9. So, just putting it out there.
Yeah, and
we talk about revisionist history, and here you are being like, "Well, I've never been pinned." Well, so what was that?
Yeah, and when you talk about history, talking about being pinned to be eliminated, because it was you who was standing tall as Call All-Stars champion, Call All-Stars 9, right?
No, that was Brandon.
Oh wait, that was Brandon.
That. But guess who beat Brandon? You didn't. Funny that.
I've beaten Brandon before, and I'm gonna beat you
Not
at Call All-Stars.
Not for the Call All-Stars title, though, mate. Come on, let's get with it. The revisionist history. We can make up any lie you want at the minute. That you're 400
Me beating Brandon
feet
is on
tall,
film.
That you retain the belt for every day of the 20th century. Whatever you want to put out. Whatever revisionist history you want to put out, but you can't revise the future. And the future is that at Call All-Stars, I'm going to beat you, and I'm going to send you off into the sunset. We can play Leave the Memories Alone, whatever song you want. But at the end of the day, the facts remain that I am better than you at this point in time. I wanted a spirited contest. I just wanted a match. But now I'm going to beat you, and I'm going to make sure that people realise maybe you aren't actually the golden boy you think you are.
Well, folks, it's very tense in here, and I, for one, cannot wait to see these two go head-to-head at Call All-Stars 14 and we see AJ Young go one-on-one with Ben Hopkins. Will it be AJ Young's final match at Call All-Stars? I don't know, but what I do know is this is a can't-miss match. Thank you both for joining me. Look forward to seeing you both at Call All-Stars 14.
Thank you, Philip.